Hey, what's going on, MGTOW community? This is Vladimir Sauce, aka the Hot Pepper Pill. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Enjoyed your International MGTOW Day yesterday. Yes, that's right. It was Valentine's Day. For all you guys that know, the bullshit holiday that wraps men up in being schmucks and assholes for not bending over backwards for their significant other or their better half or whatever you want to call it. But on Facebook, one of my friends had posted something about their Galentine's Day. That's right, the G-A-L-Entine's Day, where she went out with her girlfriends and they got all dolled up as beautiful mermaids and mermaid hair and went out to the bar and were just too hot to trot and weren't letting anybody hit on them or anything like that because it was a Galentine's Day. And they were like, we need to just go and do this more often, and oh my goodness, and holy shit. You know, you don't see men going out posting about men going out for Valentine's Day and things like that. I mean, maybe you do, but it's just a different stigma. It's a different animal in a way. Like, when women go out together, they like to show off how they look. They like to be like, oh, it's girls' night, and like they know they're looking good, but it's like they don't want to open up to anybody. They don't want to allow anyone to enter their conversation. And a lot of that's just speculation on my part. But I don't really see men posting about, their problems on Valentine's Day or their lack of finding somebody of value. If you're a single man on Valentine's Day and you're not MGTOW, it can be depressing. A lot of times you're forced down your throat all these advertisements, these commercials, the things you're supposed to be saying and doing, and taking your girlfriend out to this place, and make sure you reserve this for your significant other and your sweetheart, and you don't want to be left behind when it's Valentine's Day. You feel like, damn, like I don't have anybody, and all these advertisements are leaving me left out. There's so many people who are, I guess, expecting to treat their significant other lavishly or whatever, and really it's just a detriment. You're spending your time, you're spending your money. Again, I often get inspiration for videos from the internet, but on Facebook, one of my friends had posted a meme like, damn it, I don't want flowers, I want you to find my G-spot. And the picture was like a woman hitting the man with the bouquet. And I know it's just like a joke, it's a meme, whatever, but like just the gesture of flowers is not enough. The chocolates is not enough. It's got to be a date. It's got to be chocolates. It's got to be a night out to the movies. It's got to be going out to somewhere expensive. It's got to be, planning ahead for somebody else's benefit and not yours, Think about the time as a man, like, men don't ask for flowers, men don't ask for chocolate, but when did you ever get something like that in a relationship? The answer probably is never. You probably never got anything like that. You get a promotion to work, your wife, she gets the promotion, would expect you to bring flowers, chocolates, a dinner night, date night. She's gonna be like, oh, good job, you're making more money. Whoop-de-doo. Get back to work tomorrow. So, the difference between men and women, men are fine on their own. They get by just fine. It's only the media, the gynocracy, the pervasion of constant bombardment that you have to be with somebody to be happy, that you have to be with someone to be an actual real man, a real masculine dude, whoop-de-doo, when you're just fucking sacrificing everything, Again, like, when have you received a tenth of what you've given to somebody? Not that, receiving is not always giving or whatever, but it's double standard, And just the fucking laziness of people nowadays, it's ridiculous. I was working at a city school like I often do, and we were testing the elevator, the city school elevator. Running some tests on it, making sure that when the fire alarm was going off, the elevator would go to a different floor as a safety recall. For this brief time, the elevator was disabled and people were not able to ride it. And these women teachers in particular were like, oh, the elevator down? You kidding me? We have to walk up the steps? This is crazy. What? Walking up the steps? Are you joking me? It's like, really? Are you that fucking lazy? To a 3-story building, I mean, I could understand if it was a 50-story penthouse and you're going up to your apartment on the 40th floor, walking 40 flights of steps is asinine. But in a city school where the building is only 3 stories, like, get your ass up the fucking steps. The time it takes you to bitch and ask us about the elevator working, you could have had your fat ass up the steps already, burning some calories and fucking getting in shape. That's why people are fucking fatter than shit. People are fatter than they have ever been. And it's not just the abundance of food. It's the laziness. People are so fucking lazy. Like I've mentioned in another video, I'm probably average, if not a little bit underweight. I could definitely stand to gain some more muscle, do some more working out. But despite this, I'm not guzzling 44-ounce sodas and being an idiot. The reason why I'm in the shape I am is because I avoid fast food. I avoid drinking high-calorie soda drinks. I walk up the steps. I don't just wait for the elevator. Even if it's 4 stories, I will run up that bitch. I'm not trying to be a fat turd waiting for a door to open. Whoop-de-doo, thumb up my ass. Ho ho ho. Getting fatter, waiting for things, you know? You do more exercise, you're going to lose weight. Park further away from the store so you can spend a little more time walking. It's ridiculous. You notice women when it's raining or when it's, you know, they just don't feel like carrying the bags or whatever. Honey, can you bring the car up? It's just too far to walk. Never mind that you spent an hour meandering around the grocery store fucking trying to find dumb shit to fill your cart with and your stomach to get you fucking out of shape and diabetic before the year is out. But you can't be bothered to walk out to the car. And now the man has got to go out and get the car. It's raining. Fuck him. Fuck that he's getting wet. Fuck that he's got to go out and get the car started, move it around to get you in your, you know, chivalrous ways into the car, you know, whatever. When is the woman going to bring the car up for you? Again, not. It's not happening. You know, the whole Galentine's Day thing. It's just women trying to run their mouth, make it seem like they're something fucking special. When, you know, it's really nothing. And in one other part of this video, I just want to talk about the dumbing down of society even more. You know, people too lazy to take the elevator, too lazy to walk up the steps. It's crazy. But it continues even worse than that, to where women demand such attention from men. They demand men be articulate. They demand that men be good men, that men be chivalrous, you know, that they always are of a certain height or a certain weight or a certain muscular build or a certain ethnicity. You know, I've kind of been fucking around on a couple dating sites here and there. It kind of makes the time go fast at work. And, you know, if somebody replies and I get to, you know, fucking chuck, whatever. But it's so funny, like I mentioned in another video, everyone posts that they're a wannabe diva. They think that they're a princess in training. Like, I saw another great meme on Facebook, this time from the men's perspective. A woman was bitching about the fact that the man was 5'10 or 5'11 or something. And she's like, you better be at least 5'10 or 5'11 because that's the type of guy I want. And the guy was like, is that really that big a deal? And she's like, well, you know, I'm coming around to the idea of shorter women. or dating shorter men. I just really like the idea of tall men. And the guy replied, and it was savage, it was great. He says, well, I really like really pretty girls, but I'm trying to be more flexible in my opinion. So, women can demand height, race, marital, you know, no children, income level, height, weight, muscular stature. And men are just supposed to take the pick of the litter, the bottom of the barrel. Women who post pictures of a screenshot where they've got a message inbox full of over 100 messages and they're like, if it's taking a while, this is why. And you look at their picture and they look like a donkey that just got raped up the ass with a beehive. They are like making the ugliest kissy face. They're like sunken in soul dead eye sockets, dying hair that's thinning and just gross. I mean, sure, there are some hot girls out there. You click on them and they're going to be a scam, a catfish person, a person that has copy and pasted the same bio as 3-4 other women with the stock 8 out of 10, you know, 8, 9, 10 hotness. And they're going to add you to try and get you strung along to catfish you. And in my conversations with these women, going back to the dumbing down of our society, which is what I promised I would talk about, women, again, expect you to read the profile. Like, are there any good men out there? Do people even read the profile anymore? You know, what is this? Well, I'm wasting my time. I want a tall man, and I'm tired of having the same conversations over and over. But men are the ones who are supposed to make the first move, to break the ice, to put out a conversation. Plenty of Fish in particular, you're messaging a woman that says in the top, make sure to mention something interesting about their profile that you just read. And often I try to do this, just to try and get the conversation rolling. For example, you think a normal fucking person would read in a profile, hey, I really love Star Wars. That shit is my jam. The movies are my favorite. I go cosplay as Star Wars. I have a lightsaber toy. I have Lego action figures. I play Star Wars video games. Making a conversation starting about Star Wars might be a good place to start. Reading that person is interested in that topic. But you never, at least, maybe I'm ugly. Maybe I don't have the greatest appearance. Maybe I'm not that 6 foot tall, over 50,000 average a year, income salary earner, big muscle, asshole guy. But when I try and mention things about a person's profile, I generally get no response. I'll be like, a kind, nice person. Hi, good morning. Hopefully you're having a nice day. That's really interesting that you mentioned blah, blah, blah. How long have you been doing that? Days, weeks go by. No response. So I'm not butthurt about it. It's just this what it is. It's hypergamy in action. Women have their pick of the litter. And if you're not that top, 20% dude, 1/5 of the men, you're looked past. You're a shadow. I like content makers no longer making videos the Dark Knight. He mentioned in a video about how he was often viewed as like the little teddy bear. He was kind of smaller, wasn't working out at the time. Sounds kind of like me. But the moment he started working out, packing on the mass, women were really giving him a lot more attention. And this was, in his college, in his high school, whatever. And that's what really solidified to him that MGTOW was the truth and was reality. He had been a shadow, cast glances over to other men countless times before. Was always the friend zone guy, the nice, gentle-hearted guy, but no one wanted him as that sexual outlet. No one wanted him as beyond just the little tear wiper or the friend zone guy. But the moment he started working out, the women were giving him attention. And I want to know if you guys have had the same experience. MGTOW, a lot of guys talk about working out as being a very positive outlet. I'd like to start. I could definitely use some motivation. But just a girl today, I finally tried to change up my game a little bit. Usually the hi, how you doing? I read this, that, the other, sounds interesting, had not really worked for me in the past. It didn't get me anywhere. Did not even get me a reply. So I noticed a woman had mentioned that she's an aspiring actress living in Baltimore, in particular a town called Dundalk. For you guys not familiar, it has a big doo-doo plant. Nothing around there but white trash and the big doo-doo towers, the poop, the shit plant that processes the turds. And she's like, I'm an aspiring actress from Dundalk. Hey, hon, And I started laughing. I noticed her page maybe a week or two ago. I'm like, what a retard. Who the fuck is trying to be an actress in Baltimore? You got to be in New York. You got to be in Cali. You got to be a place where aspiring actresses and actors are going. For example, one of my buddies lives in a single bedroom flat in Brooklyn, paying $1,800 a month, but he's an aspiring actor. He is a waiter at a restaurant. He's at the place to be where you want to become an actor. So I kind of was being an asshole. I made the comment an actress in Dundalk, don't you have to be in New York City? And she replied to me, well, I end up traveling up there every week for acting or for whatever. And in my mind, that starts thinking that that's really fucking dumb. If you're going to travel up there every week, that's from here to New York, that's a good 3.5 to 4 hour drive. Not only that, but you're driving the Jersey Turnpike. For you guys not familiar, that's about $14.10 in tolls just on the Turnpike. You got to pay $8 to cross the Chesapeake Bridge up here in Maryland. You got to cross the New Jersey Memorial Bridge. That's another $5 to $8. To get into New York, you have to cross over a bridge that I believe is almost $18. George Washington Bridge or whatever, the Veronzo Bridge. Driving up there every week is costing you $50, not to mention gas. So I kind of switched back to my nice guy persona there because I think New York is pretty sick. When you go up there and you see these big buildings, it just kind of puts Baltimore to shame. A couple friends I knew from New York had come to Towson, a metropolitan area in Baltimore, which has the mall, a lot of other things. To make the point short, they're like, Baltimore, the town, like, this place is so small. Like, they were used to New York, the big buildings. And so I asked her, like, hey, do you think you could see yourself living up there? Like, Brooklyn, to me, kind of reminds me of almost like Baltimore Junior, because it's got row houses, no place is really above 10 stories. It's just like a Baltimore that it's got that same neighborhood feel, the row house structure, but it just goes on forever. It's like such a bigger city. And about 20 minutes go by, she replies, IDK. I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm breaking the ice. I'm reading the profile. I'm talking to this bitch about something. I kind of cracked a joke at her expense, which got her to reply. But in the past, being a nice guy wouldn't have gotten me shit. So then when I ask her about her passion about acting, about wanting to move up to New York, she says she doesn't know. Like, who the fuck wants to become an actor and can't even make up their mind about wanting to move to New York City? That's the place to be. Like, if you're not living up there and trying to be an actor, like, what are you fucking doing? You're wasting your time. You need to be where the shit is happening. A bar that closes down, they say location, location, location. If you're at a shitty part of the town and you're not catering to the right clientele, and, for example, let's say you're a top shelf bar, having security letting people in, you got to pay to enter, and you're in some hood part of town where people don't have a pot to piss in, 2 quarters to rub together, you're going to go out of business because you're catering to the wrong people. I'm putting a risk out there to talk to this person. I am reading the profile, wasting my time. Time is money. Can't get time back. It's the most precious resource. And just to reply, I don't know. It's like, I just want to be an asshole. Be like, how do you not know? You want to be an actress and you don't want to move to New York. Like, you're just wasting your time. You're living a pipe dream that's not going to come true. You're not putting in enough effort to make it happen. You're playing it safe. You're living in a shitty part of Maryland trying to make it big. And it's just not going to happen. So all these girls, the Galentine's Day, their false hopes, their false dreams, and just their, like, pretentious, bloated self-worth, the narcissism on 11 out of 10. And it just, I don't see it getting any better. The posts of these pictures of 100 message full inbox, to where I myself might get maybe a couple people checking out my page a week here and there, maybe a message, but it's me having to put in all the legwork, not as women. They just sit back on their ass, getting fat, and letting the messages roll in. They don't have to do anything ever. They don't have to pick the place of the date. It's, I don't want to go there. Pick somewhere else. Women cannot make up their mind. They cannot decide. But yet at the same time, they want to go and flaunt their stuff. Oh, it's Galentine's Day. We're out. Hey, hey. And just like, you can't have me, guys, because I'm out with the girls. It's all just putting on this show. And no one really wants you anyway. That's why men are fucking walking away. I play around on the internet, but I know it's not going to be anything serious. It's all about pump and dump. It's all about getting the poison out and moving the fuck on. Building your resources. Fulfilling your goals in life. Want to learn to play an instrument? Take a risk, pick it up, start trying. I used to skateboard a lot when I was younger, and I went out and bought a new skateboard. I'm almost going to be 30 in a few years, 28. But what better time to get back into it than now? Like, eventually I'll be like 80 and have such brittle bones, I fall and break a tibia and shit, and then I'm in the hospital. Anything you want to do in life, now is the time to try. Quit sitting down like a woman, waiting for life to come at your feet. We know that as men, we got to make the motions happen, and a lot of times we make them for the wrong reasons. Like the man going out to get the car in the rain for his wife, she can't be bothered to go get it, so fuck it, he's got to go get wet, get soaked, get his attire ruined, his nice leather jacket is stinking because he went out into the rain. She doesn't care, just as long as her needs are met, as long as her benefits are, as her back is getting scratched, just fuck it. Who cares about the man? As long as her needs are met, fuck everyone else. And that's what I've noticed. Just, you can't even be bothered to reply with more than IDK or something stupid. And that's not the first time that's happened to me either. I go out of my way to try and talk to you about a common interest. And whether you're interested or not, I'd rather have you be like, you know, I'm just not interested, than like just some blasé answer. You want me to try and force it out of you, to milk it out of you like your tits? I mean, squeeze that hard and get the coming out? Like, what the fuck, man? I mean, what else am I supposed to do? You know, you bitch that people don't read the profile, but then I go and do it and you can't answer. You bitch about not being a certain demographic of person, but then if I answer, you're not going to answer. But then we're all the good men. Oh no, you want your cake and you want to eat it too. So just keep eating the cake and fucking just go sit in the corner and cry and be fat by yourself with your empty fucking cake plate. That's all I got to say, guys.